friends. Hi, this is your full moon and Cancer reading and what to expect. Air signs are Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. You are coming out of your comfort zone with this full moon illuminating things where you could be looking at where you're not really having that inner joy anymore. There's a smugness to this. There's a dissatisfaction, overindulgence. Like it's really like it's more you're looking outside of you to feel good and feel validated. And I think it's almost like a wake up call happening with this full moon, making you look at like where are you holding yourself back? Is it with the devil card doesn't scare me at all. It's basically old energy. Lived spelled back, devil spelled backwards is lived, right? So that's just our shadow self. If you're not willing to look at your shadow self, this full moon in Cancer is going to make you look at this, and it's going to make you look at your attachments. It's going to make you look at your addictions, your patterns, where you're restricting yourself. It's going to make you look at how you're behaving sexually. Are you giving into temptation? Are you seducing people and then you feel not so good after? Are you pushing yourself into a cycle of destructive behavior? Is it are you looking like truly within? Because what happens is when you start to go within, and if you're not doing it on your own, the universe is going to allow this moon to illuminate these things. And when you start going within, these shadow aspects of ourselves, which we all have, by the way, start to come up, and sometimes it could be blinding like the sun. It's a little bright, like a little too much for me. I don't want to look, right? It's scary. But if you need some support with that, I can support you. I can help you break any addiction. If it's because usually the underlying symptom has to do with grief, has to do with numbing. A lot of the addicts become future healers. A lot of obsessive compulsive behaviors, there's underlying spiritual gifts under there, right? But you have to learn to transmute the shadow to be able to take a new path and to get yourself out of the cycle that's been toxic. So that's what's happening. I feel like it's not going to work anymore. Whatever you've been trying to do to where you're taking these risk-taking behaviors, something's going to be illuminated, this Cancer. Some of you might get some news around health and wellness. Some of you might get news around, the company is going to close soon. What are you going to do? These are things that maybe you've been too busy numbing that you aren't prepared for or never thought about. So the universe with the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of your spread here is going to move things forward. Okay, it's going to push you into the next 2 months after February into March. Something's going to push you to be more responsible, to pick something that you enjoy rather than just making it feel like it's just work, right? Something's going to make you look and reassess where you're stretching yourself too thin. As same thing with your resources. You could be living check to check, and a lot of us do it, but it's not healthy. It's very toxic. So you're going to take a new path with this Judgment card, and you're going to start to look at these self-imposed fears, because a lot of these things are caused because there's a nagging critic inside of us, and there could be a crucial wake-up call that makes us put effort into working and getting better at something so that we could start something new and start to live a life where we can work on our emotions that we've repressed. That's what addictions do. They cover up, they repress the emotions rather than sitting and feeling with it. And I'm happy to support you in that process if it's something you're interested in. I can help you step back into your grace, because there is a divine crossroad coming for you, where all of your choices are going to start to come from your heart, right? And when you tune into your heart, you're gonna come to this crossroad where You're going to think, oh, is this an habitual way of being? How has this stifled my well-being and my expansion and my growth? So you're going to be asked to broaden your horizons and do different, right? Trust life. The wheel of life moves in sometimes unexpectedly in ways we don't want it to, because we're in our comfort zones. But at the same time, you're going to move forward. The divine destiny is going to urge you to move forward into this with so much grace. And then you're going to conquer this. You're going to realize a lot of this was your own self-doubt. A lot of this is pessimism, stagnation, and impure thoughts and thinking. It's primordial base needs. Once you start to heal and conquer those things and the need for instant gratification, your soul starts to evolve. And then you take on better hobbies. You start to think of who you're hanging out with. You start to think of what you're putting in your body, what you're listening to. You start to get in tune with your truth and remembering who you are, right? So, and your senses become heightened. Like, I remember I used to smoke, and when I quit smoking, I loved the taste of food. It was like orgasmic. I didn't realize how smoking and cigarettes, killed my taste buds. For years I smoked. Sometimes chain smoke, sometimes just socially, but I don't smoke anymore. And my lungs are still repairing, from all that, carcinogens that I put in my lungs. But anyway, you're coming into this new awareness, this period of trusting in yourself. You're gonna be more practical. You're gonna let your heart like do its thing and take lead. You're gonna follow more of your heart and start to dream again. You're gonna start to balance any over emotional and blocked intuition. You're gonna look at these things, and you're gonna be spending more time with your loved ones during this time. It's gonna make you think of what's really important, right? Because life's too short. It's gonna and maybe you've been doing your own thing for so long that you haven't been able to work on your like according to other things. You've been doing things in this old way of being that it's not allowing you to have that emotional fulfillment that you're truly looking for in these toxic relationships, and you're coming to a dead end with that. And you're going to be able to, once you start to down the road, you're going to be like, wow, this feels good. I know I don't want to go back to my old ways. Are the temptations there? Always. It's always going to be there. But like with chocolate or with sugar, I cut sugar out. I only have natural sugar now, or sometimes like monk fruit sugar or honey. That's the sweetest that I get. But since I quit sugar, I felt so much clearer. There's no brain fog. There's no feeling scatterbrain and the inability to focus. I have more energy. I didn't realize that was such a big block. I did, but I didn't. And part of it was the addiction to it. So everybody has their own vices. There's no judgment here. And if you need some support with that, please book a session with me. I do many things, a lot of healing. I help people get through grief. I help people nip their addictions, and start to step into their authenticity and in alignment with higher calling. And once you hear the call, once you start to feel good, it's hard to go back. So I'm excited for this new beginning for you, air signs, right? Let's pull a little bit more tarot. This full moon is also going to make you look back at the people that you may feel defeated with. It's almost like these two friends for some of you, they may be sad that you're moving on. They may be sad that you're quitting going out as much and spending money. They may be sad that you are not interested in the activities that they want to do. And that's okay, right? You're starting to do more of the things you want to do. And it may it may feel like, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? But yeah, either way, trust these things when the universe shows you that people are not meant to be in your vicinity for a while. It's not that you'll lose them. They have the ability to evolve as you do, right? So we never lose people. It's just we don't resonate. We outgrow them sometimes, and that's okay. So you're going to lead by example, and you'll be able to help them hands-on with your own healing journey that's up ahead. That's what it feels like, air signs. Like this beautiful path opening is you increasing your intimacy with your divine self, with your divinity, with your higher self, God, source, spirit. You know, you're going to put more of that work into yourself, and it's not only that, but it's going to affect your money. It's going to go up. You're going to be able to see that your diligence in whatever this is that you may be starting. Some of you is it's like you're expecting, you're raising the bar, you're raising your standards higher. Like for some of you, this could be an apprenticeship that you're studying for the next 7-8 months, and you're mastering your skills. It could just be you're mastering a habit, you're conquering it. It could be you're learning a new skill and you're doing something repetitively on a daily that it becomes second nature once, you know, after some time, after doing it every day. Just like this, I wasn't always as clear as this in my channeling. I was always like holding back, or I was nervous, or it wasn't always clear. But the clearer you purify your vessel and you detox, the clearer the universe, the divine authentic voice runs through you, and you just basically, you become a vessel of love, you become a vessel of light, and your authentic voice shines through, which is from the divine intelligence. So, you know, there's many of us are always working on different things. You know, I want to work more on my throat chakra. I want to clear the blockages because I've suppressed my truth for so long with some personal experiences growing up as a little girl. There was some things there. I've let a lot go, but it's still some lingering things that doesn't allow my voice to kind of clear in the way I'd like it to, because I feel sometimes talking gets to be too much, and it can be just too much. My voice box can be strained, right? Also, because I talk to people all day long. You know, this is what I do for a living. This is what being in service means. So that's why my lifestyle requires a healthy one. It's like I have to watch, you know, what I eat. I have to, you know, make sure I'm sleeping well, and I don't surround myself with toxic people and energies and stress myself, because I lived that life and it got me nowhere but burnout. And I really, if it wasn't for my relationship with the divine, I don't know how I would have made it through. You know, I was never alone, I realized, and then I started connecting to my guides in the upper realms. So, but anyway, let me pull you an advice card and a charm, air signs. For the art card, you got Artemisia Gentileschi. She sounds Italian. So she's holding like this bloody knife in her hand. And what I get with this is like, and there's like gossiping men behind her here. So what I get from this image is like how history, you know, repeats itself. It has your back, right? Like, and you realize society stabs you in it. It's with the bloody knife. Like, you know, you're either going to use your talent that you've repressed for so long, in your voice, you know, and are you going to use it to that, like that knife, to kill people, or are you going to feed your family with it, right? So don't let convention confine you. Those are the words I'm hearing to tell you. She doesn't look conventional at all. She looks like she's somebody who goes against the grain. And let's pull you a charm. Air signs. Wow, you got a hot air balloon. How beautiful. You know, that's so you, because it's air. You're an air sign. So I think when I think of an air balloon, it means just it's elevation. You know, your soul is elevating to its next level of consciousness, and it's a smooth ride. It's smoother. It's more peaceful up there. It's a bird's eye view where you start to see things that you didn't see when you were down here and even down there, right? So it's an exciting period ahead for you. I'm super excited for you. This new beginning. You're going to approach this with a beginner's mind, and you're like a newcomer. You have that advantage, you know, as a newcomer. Come get a reading if you need some insights and